friends, how are you all? Thank you for joining me live in today's studio. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Toni Darroch and I'm a guest presenter over on the lovely channel Create and Craft. I love anything to do with anything crafty really, so stamping, die cutting, painting, colouring. Colouring I love to do the most. I find it really relaxing. Am I any good at it? Probably not, but I'm willing to try and learn, and I know that's why you guys tune in week on week. So welcome to the studio. If you haven't seen us before or heard of us before and this is the first time you're visiting our channel, there's a couple of things you might need or want to do. So over on Facebook you can pop a comment below, let me know your thoughts re our studio. We have our lovely Eureka page where you can pop your makes on there and be inspired by other people's makes. The lovely design team are there on hand to help you with any advice you may need. And if you are watching it on YouTube, you just need to click the subscribe button and then this will allow you to get notifications to let you know every time I'm live. I am live every Monday and every Wednesday at 4 PM unless something happens, i.e. I'm on TV or we have meetings or things like that, but generally every Monday and every Wednesday at 4 PM. So for those of you who watched today at 2 o'clock, my Facebook Live, I did show you a sneak peek at what was coming on TV on Friday. So what happened was I ended the video and then for some reason I lost the internet or my iPad crashed or whatever happened and we lost the video. Brilliant, hey? Like we've got hours to waste like that. But, and a lot of people saying, where's your Facebook Live, where's your Facebook Live? I don't know where it's gone. It's done a runner. So I'm going to have to go through it live on it. I was going to go through it anyway, so it's okay. Let's not worry about it. So for those of you that did see the 2 o'clock studio, you're going to get an extra sneaky peek at what's coming on Friday, and I do apologise if it's repetitive. But it will only take a couple of minutes and then I will crack on with our lovely demo. We are live on Create and Craft on Friday, 8 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock. So if you want to set your timer or your schedule, you can do that. So I'm on with lovely Sandra Carey, who helps me out with the paper element of things. And Sandra brings a whole new concept to the TV. Basically, she's brilliant at fussy cutting, she's brilliant at layering and getting dimension on cards, which I'm not fabulous at. I'm not afraid to admit it. So you get a taste of two different styles of craft but still using the same product, so hopefully we'll appease to everybody. I will tell you though that the products will be live on our website tomorrow. However, if you are wanting bargains, bundles, discounts and things like that, it's probably better that you wait for Create and Craft on Friday. We don't do any of the bundling, unfortunately. So I hope you are a Create and Craft Club member. So I'll just quickly run through what we've brought to you this time. This is our new launch of 2020. I'm super excited about it. I am a massive fan of patterned papers. So it's got a fabulous paper collection with some stamps and coordinating dies. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is this one here. So the Pretty Pink and Purple collection. Now we did launch Tell Me a Story a couple of months ago before Christmas and it sold through as fast as you can. I don't know, it just sold so quickly and we really didn't know what to do with rest at shows. TV were panicking, we were panicking. We have actually brought that back. It's back in stock. It's got the lovely magnolia stamp and the lovely die. So if you did miss out and you are still wanting it, all you need to do is pop onto our website and pop FBL into the search engine and it brings up all of the products that have been live in studio or products that I've spoken about. So this is our second phase of our fabulous paper collection. I'll just move that, shall I? So as always, we have 12 by 12, an 8 by 8 stamp and a coordinating die. Now you'll know that our stamps and dies come in the same packaging now. However, it's unfortunate that when we had these made, we'd still not decided that we were going to one packet for both. So they are in separate packages, but at least you can still clearly see what you're getting for your money. So let's just talk through the pads first. So 12 by 12, 8 by 8. I'm just going to quickly show you through the 8 by 8 one because I have two colour waves. So let's start at the beginning. So I have the beautiful watercolour pattern at the front. There are 12 designs, 48 pages. Yeah, 12 designs, that's right. Basically you get paper pads with generally 6 designs, but we've decided to put 12 in there simply because there were so many to choose from. And they all matched so well, I didn't want to cut any out, so you've got them all. So it's a super duper thick pad. So you've got that one there, the patterned watercolour floral element of it. Then the second one is this beautiful, there we go, can we see that there? Like a lavender one, but not all flowers. And then we get this watercolour wash with the beautiful, it looks like a sketch on there. I have got finished samples to show you as well. We have this beautiful one here with the bird and the bird on the branch, and that's on like a watercolour wash background. And then we have this beautiful one here with the script. Can we see that there? And that's also on a watercolour background. And then we have the lovely stencil effect one. We see that there, so it's stencil onto script. And we have the images that match your stamp, so let's just show you. Can you see that there? So you can really go to town matching and make, if you wanted to make a mini album and do your own stamped images and add them in, amazing. So there's that one, and then there's your classic wood grain in pink this time. So in Tell Me a Story it was purple, in the blue collection it's grey and blue. We have this purple one, see that there? Super excited about these, I'm so excited. A grey one. These are very good at these grey ones because they're great for your matte and layering. It all just coordinates so beautifully. And then in the back you get your postcards, tags and borders, which are fabulous for your mini albums or just stamping thank you or happy birthday on. And then we have a full sheet of toppers, 4 of each design. So that's your pink one. It's exactly the same as the 12 by 12 for you. So you can get a feel of what imagery is in there. I have got boards and everything for TV, so if you are wanting a clearer look, you will be able to see there too. So they're the paper pads and this coordinating stamp and die, as you can see there. Beautiful sentiments too. So this is the pink collection. I know I'm not spending a lot of time on it because I know a lot of you have come for demonstrations, so I'm whizzing through it only because Facebook Live decided not to work for me today. So that's the pink one. Before I move on to the next colour, here's a video with a little bit of inspiration. So the reason I needed to cut to that quick video is because I didn't have my samples and I had to quickly grab them. So I just wanted to show you some of the fabulous samples that were from the pink collection. So here we go. So we've got this lovely like box frame here in the patterned wood grainy papers, and the embellishment in the centre. This one's from the bird, obviously. So it's down to you as a crafter. Are you a clean and simple crafter, i.e. this one? So this is in just greens. This frame is a beautiful sage colour as well, so it's beautiful, very giftable for somebody. So, you know, it's how you are as a crafter. So some more pink ones. So this has got a beautiful piece of vellum behind here, and then you've got all the embellishments just fussy cut, including the stamp and including the bird, so they do work together. So if you do like both, you can get both, but bear in mind that you can buy the stamp from one set and the paper pad from another. You can cherry pick if you don't want the whole collection. I know some of you love to get the whole collection like I do, but you know, you can cherry pick if you don't, if your budget permitting. So what about this lovely one then? So this one's been coloured with the Himi pencils and then stamped on the background to create a little bit of dimension on there. You see that, and a little bird, which is beautiful. We have a nice tag with a pocket, which is actually a card. And then you obviously, these are the embellishments that are within the collection here. So stamped on with happy birthday, that popped inside. There's 2 tiers to this one, which is fab. And then the bird on the beautiful patterned paper there on the background, absolutely gorgeous. That has to be one of my faves, that. What about this one? So using your shaped elements that you've had from us, and then just popped it at the bottom and coloured. Thinking of you. The purple one. I'm flying through these guys. And then just fussy cut the flowers yourself. So a little book with the lovely tags inside on both sides. Beautiful gift is that. You could put like a Costa card or something in there. Colour in there with your Gossip alcohol markers. Victoria's done this one, the colourist on the team. So we have that one and we have this one. So pretty simplistic background, and it's the artwork that speaks for itself. Beautiful album using all of our earlier products. And again, stamped, layered in, and inside you have all the wonderful tags, stamps, the embellishments, photographs. The papers just work. They are beautiful papers. They will work with anything. What you've got in your stash, another little book there. Absolutely beautiful, very easy to do. Using alongside some Pretty Penny dies, so the Pretty Penny frame, the Pretty Penny happy birthday, and fussy cut and laid on, and the beautiful bird in the corner. This has to be one of my favourites too. Tag album, so you could pop a little passport picture on each of those. Say if you've got 3 children, mum, dad and son, Toni, Tim and Tom, however you wanted to do it. Belly band around there, perfect. And then a little bit of a stepper card look using, and that's the lovely tag postcard from the collection. So there are some pink ones for you, just to try and inspire you a little bit, because sometimes I know when we look at products I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'd do with that, but as soon as I've seen something that somebody's going to make with them, you know, I think, oh, it sort of spirals out of control, and I know exactly what I'm going to do in less than like a minute or so. I'm just going to set them aside, and I'm just going to show you the lovely blue collection. So first of all, I'm going to bring the paper pads. So if you're not a pink and peachy person, then you might like the blues. Let's just move this out. Let's get in shot here. So there we go. So again, you get your fabulous 12 by 12 collection there. Beautiful blues, and I would say limey green is, but it's more yellow. So very beautiful. Your QR code on the back there, and it also comes in an 8 by 8. I'll quickly show you through, but this time I'll show you through the 12 by 12 rather than the 8 by 8. She says, let me get in. And then you get a clearer picture of it, the imagery. So first out of the box, let's see. Can we just take the camera out slightly? Just a second, just so we can see. Thank you. So I know it's difficult. Thank you. That's enough chat. So first out of the box is this one. How gorgeous is that one? Absolutely beautiful. And this is the one that we're going to use in our demo, and we're going to use the 8x8 one, I think. This might be a little bit too big, maybe, we'll see. And then the next one on there is this beautiful one here. Look how gorgeous that is. They are all equally as beautiful, and I don't know if you are going to purchase it, how you're going to decide. So this is the green one, so you can see there the beautiful flowers in the backdrop. Some beautiful like birds. It's the same similar imagery as in the other one, just a whole new colour wave. So it's down to what colour wave you like. I mean, if you like them both, you can get them both, but they're very, very similar imagery wise, just completely different colour wave. Stencils on your script. The beautiful flower, which is a stamp from the first one. The beautiful wood grain in blue. Look at this, how gorgeous is that? Bright and breezy green with some script in the background, watercolour wash. Your beautiful grey wood panelling, which is in most of my paper pads, and then your awesome toppers. So you've got tags, postcards, banners, borders, and then lastly, full page of tags, because I know people like to mat and layer them and put happy birthday on them. So that's the blue collection of of papers. And to coordinate with, we've done the stamp here. So this is the stamp itself. So you get the 3 butterflies and you get the 4 sentiments. It's butterflies, 3 birds, and you get the 4 sentiments in there. Then you get your coordinating die around 2 of the embellishments. And this is quite a big one, is this one. So that's the blue collection. I will quickly show you some samples now. I'll just move these out of the way. So I just wanted to show you my favourite so far is this large, super large box. This is about 14 by 12, so it's absolutely humongous. And it is beautiful gift box or whatever you want to do with it. So papers, the banner, and then I just want to show you these beautiful, I don't know if you'll be able to see this here. Just looking at, there we go. Can we see we've got the birds on there, we've got the bird on the branch, we've got the beautiful leaves fussy cut out. There we go, that's from the first stamp set, the leaves on the first one. We've got some skeleton leaves in there, we've got some jewels. It's absolutely beautiful. So well done, Marilyn, for this one. And then I'm not going to open it because it's full of samples for telly, but I've got a whole host of samples here. So the bird's just stamped and the flowers just stamped and coloured with your Himi pencils. Some birds in a frame. Like a stand-up card. And that's a beautiful postcard there with the words on there, stamped, especially for you, lovely friend. And what about this one? So this is like full of dimension, all the layers, the postcards, the bird, the flowers, the tags. It's all got it all going on. Gift wallet, pop your gift cards inside, pop your postcards inside, make a little note card, a little book. And this is what I was saying about the little tags there. Can we see that there? Sending love. The sentiments fit beautifully within those tags and 3D embellishments. Floating card in the blues, and that's one of the bigger tags from the 12 by 12. What about birds just on the background? What about totally different colour? Wow, that is nice, isn't it? I have to say. Coloured with gossip markers is that one, and then another blue one, tone on tone. So that's it. I hope you like those. That's enough of me showing you products. Let's get on to a demonstration. So what I'm going to do first off is just pop these down here out of the way. Is I'm just going to grab my 8x8 pad and just make some tidy station here. And what I did was I cut out a piece, I pulled out a piece of the patterned paper from the front and I fussy cut the flowers. Now, You've seen this technique done before, but I want to show you that you can do this technique with these papers too. So basically you look like an artist. It actually looks like you've actually painted these by the time we finished. So all I did was I fussy cut that out of there. Now when I was fussy cutting, I thought, oh, these edges look a little bit harsh, you know, there's a few points going on, it looks a bit jaded, should we say, but it's okay because I'll show you how you can make it still look realistic. So I fussy cut that out of here. I even left white spaces in and around the leaves and the flowers as well. I didn't go to deep town here on this little bit here because that would have killed me, fussy cutting around that. So I left the white space and I'll fill it with my colours to make it all blend together seamlessly when I come to do the demo. So all I did was fussy cut that one out of the sheet. Let's set that aside. So I have a piece of watercolour card here. I'm just going to zoom in for you so you can get a closer look now that we've got rid of all of our samples. Thank you. So this is the Carter watercolour card. Everything I'm using is available on the website, but if you have something at home and it works, stick with it. Don't have to go out and spend money unnecessarily if you've already got what you need in your stash. But if you are looking for something to elevate your crafting or enhance your crafting, then you can try our products too. So I have a long handled paintbrush here. As you can imagine, we are between premises and I can't find anything, so I'm making do with what I have. It's very difficult. So I have my fan watercolours here. I know a lot of you have asked about these. We are unfortunately not doing these any longer. We did these about 12 months ago and unfortunately now they are unavailable. But you have your pans, you have your tubes, you have your watercolour pencils, all the things that will work with this. We've brought out a whole host of artist stuff for you to play with. So they will all work. So what I'm going to do to make this look like I've actually painted this when I actually haven't, is I'm going to think about where I'm going to place it first on my card, and I think I'm going to go something like this. Okay, now I have done a video like this before and I do encourage you to go back and watch it, and it's under our paper pad section, and it makes it all just look like you've painted it when you haven't. So all I've got here is some, I would say clean clear water, but it's green now because I've been testing some colours, and I have a piece of watercolour card here, and I just created myself a little bit of a swatch. So what I did was I just checked the colours on here. So mine's a bit battered, well loved though. I took some of the green and I popped it on here, and obviously I got my colour and I popped it on top, and it absolutely bounces off it, it's too bright. So I just went for an alternative green. Let's try this one. That's a little bit better, we're getting there. What happens if we combine the two? Does it work a little bit better? So this is the great thing about your swatches, just playing, mixing your colours. That's a little bit better, look. Can we see that there? It sits better rather than that bright one. Let's add a bit of brown. There we go. Can we see that green and brown? Sort of like getting there, keep going. Starting to get colour match there. So let's have a look at a blue. The blue pretty much matches anyway without any effort. And then we've got sort of, what other colours have we got going on? We've got this yellowy colour, so I'll just go with my yellow. The less colours I have to mix myself, the better, because it's off-putting if you're not a colourist and don't know which colours work together. So let's try a bit of green in there as well. See, we're getting there. Can we see how that's not too dissimilar? It looks like it's got a bit of green in the centre there, so let's go with a bit of green in there. We'll see how we're getting there. So I know that my colour palette, this is going to be roughly my colour palette. Listen, if you don't use the right colours, it isn't the end of the world. It's a piece of card. Practice your colours, enjoy it, you know, that's what it's all about. See where it takes you. Never do a card halfway and think to yourself, this is rubbish, it's going in the bin. Always finish it, because trust me, when it's finished and you've popped it on half, you will actually like it. Just need to go with your instinct. So to get this to work, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some clear, I say clean clear water, and I'm just going to wet the whole piece of card here. Now traditionally you would tape this down, but I don't know where my tape is. Not today anyway. Does anybody else have difficulty dealing with not knowing where anything is? Because it drives me absolutely crazy. I'm normally so organised. Can't find a thing. So I've wet the whole piece of card there. Should I want to use it all, I can. If I don't want to, it doesn't matter. So let's go with some of the blue first, or the green. It doesn't really matter. You can start at your starting point if you want to start at this part, this part, this part, or this part. There is no right or wrong way. So I'm just going to hold it there, and I am actually going to go with the green. So I'm going to pick up some of that lovely, this one, which was really dark, can we remember? And because this is wet, it'll give me time to blend. So I'm just going to pick up some of that lovely colour there. I'm just going to drop it in and around my painted image. Can we see that there? So this is nothing technical. I'm just using the side of my brush and pouncing like this on the side of my brush, and it's just dropping into that water, and it's, can you see that? It's just working its own magic. It's doing its own thing. I'm not trying to tease it, work it. I'm just absolutely pouncing it down. And don't forget, watercolours always dry back lighter. Okay. Can we see that there? So I'm happy with that. So as we said here, if you add this little bit of brown here, it just takes the edge off. So I'm just going to pick up some of that brown too. I'm just going to pounce a little bit of the brown into exactly the same area, just to push it back a little bit. So all I'm creating is a backdrop at the moment, nothing fancy at all. So I'm just pouncing with the side of my brush. You see, when you come to put this on, we're sort of like getting that background on there. There, can you see that there? So let's see what other colours we've got going on. So we've got this lovely like limey greeny yellowy colour. So let's bob a little bit of that in and create the illusion of some flowers being in the background. So I'm just going to pounce. Can we see that there? So we'll create one there. Maybe let's create one as if it's popping up behind this part here. It's good to hold your card above so you can always see whereabouts things are going to fall, things are going to land. So maybe create a little one up here. So it looks ugly like that, doesn't it? But as soon as you come to put this over the top, it starts to come together. So we also have some blue in there. So let's get some of this blue. And we'll pop some blue in. So you can see on here, these flowers here are like circular, mainly circular. So when I'm putting down the colour of the same to repeat this process, I'm doing them in like circle fashions, can you see? So it sort of like ties it all together. So I would say that that is my first colour layer. So let's dry that off. And then we can build on this background to make it look even more realistic. And you'll soon see how, when these dry back, how much lighter they dry back. So I know it's a little bit scary when you first pop that colour down. Sometimes it's just having the confidence to stick with it. And I'm still learning myself as well, so, you know, don't be cruel to yourself. Like so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take some more water. I'm just going to add some more water to the top. What you have to bear in mind is it will reactivate the colour underneath, okay? So when you're putting your water back on to add more colour, don't overflood, don't like like paint it on like you're starting from scratch, okay? You are just trying to put a wet surface down there to pop more colour on. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to try and replicate some of these leaf shapes. Can we see we've got like this here, these going to a point. I'm going to try and replicate them. So I'm just going to try and maybe do the point of my thing like so, and then put like a thing on the end, something like that, so it replicates this. So a line, it looks ugly, but bear with, it will look okay. So a line and then maybe another leaf. Let's get some more colour on there. And then can we see how now it's tying it all together? It don't matter which way you do it. Can we see that there? It's looking quite good. And then we'll do some up here. Be careful with your colour though, because you don't want to overwhelm. So whilst it's wet, because we can, I'm just going to add some splats, and because it's wet it will just naturally blend into the background, and this is what's going to give your artwork that arty feel I was referring to. Make my card a little bit better. So I'm going on with the green, but I'm also going to go on with some of the lovely yellow too. Really, you can really just go to town, get it really, I'm getting it all over now, but that's the fun of it, isn't it? Getting it all over. So let me just dry that with my heat gun. So you can layer build and layer build and layer build with your colours, with your shapes, with your lines, as much as you absolutely want. This is 2 layers. We could go a 3rd layer if we wanted to. We could make some darker blue flowers on here. We might do that. Let's just get this dry first. So it looks like a muddy mess, and literally I have just thrown paint at it. We haven't gone like light and shade or anything like that. We've literally just gone for it. Just going to soak up some of this water. So you could put more definition in your flowers shapes if you want to. So let's go back in with the blue. This was a fabulous technique, and I know lots and lots and lots of you tried this one and loved it. So again, I'm popping some more of that blue, and I'm trying to make it bright. I'm trying to have the courage to go and make it darker, trying. And I know I say it all the time, that it dries back lighter. You must have the courage, or try. So I'll pop a little blue one up there maybe. Can we see now how? So I'm going to leave that because I think I'm going to spoil it otherwise, and I'm quite pleased with how that's turned out. So what we need to do now is we need to make this tie into that. That ties to this, but this doesn't really tie to that. So you see these open spaces, these white open spaces here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the colour from there into this, so it looks like it was one of the same. So I'm just going to wet the area where it's white, where I couldn't fussy cut because it was just simply too difficult. I'm just going to pound some of that yellow into those white spaces. Can we see that there? Thank you. Thank you. So pound some of the yellow that we popped in this one, here, these yellows, into here, and that will then bring the two together. So pounce into that white space there. We've got a few white spaces here, so I'm going to pounce some of that coordinating yellow from our thing. And what I'm going to do is, that looks this one here looks a little bit more greeny than yellow, but I'm going to make it match my card, so I'm going to add some of that yellow on top. And I'm also going to have some of the blue, and I'm going to pop it in those white spaces as well. And I'm also going to bring in some of the green we used as well. And then what that does is, it doesn't look like this wasn't meant to be. So once you've done that, just get rid of that because that is a little bit heavy. Then what you need to do then is you need to take your paintbrush around the edge and get rid of the white edge. Okay, and then this will definitely tie it together. So pick up some of the colour from your mat, wherever you want, and just get rid of that white edge, like so. So tilt it on its side. So our image matches our card, and our card ink matches our image now, because we've combined the two, we've brought them together. And this is a great confidence builder if you are thinking, do you know what, I really do want to, I really do want to watercolour, I just haven't got confidence. This is a great confidence builder to do that, to start. So I don't care what colour I'm picking up off my mat, I'm picking up a colour just to get rid of that white harsh edge. There we go. Okay, so we'll just dry that one off. I'll just try this one too. So the first two pages in both of the paper pad collections have these type of images, so you can do this technique. And that was paramount to these collections as well. So two of the things that were an absolute must for me were the wood grain textured papers, and the two first pattern papers were a must to create your own arty-feel cards. So hopefully when we've put this together and we've added some splashes, when we've stuck that down, you'll not be able to tell that that was a piece of paper. Fingers crossed. So there we go. So it's down to you where you want to pop your image now. Well, I think we were going to go with this, weren't we? Like so. So can we see how this part here has already given me an instant appearance of a flower in the background? Can we see how it's tied it all together? So let's get some glue on the back of there. So I'm taking the glue right to the very edge because I want it all to stick flat, because if any of it's raised, it'll give away that it's not actually a painting. So I'm taking that glue right to that very edge, and what I'll do is I'll smudge it out with my finger so we're not going to get any leak. And then some in the centre. Like so, and then on the edges I'm just going to brush it so I know it's gone right to the edge, so I know it will stick. Like so. So then I think we were going to go and then when you're happy it's in place, you can push all your little elements into place. Give it time to grab. Like so. Can we see how lovely that is? Does that not look like a piece of artwork, like you've painted it? That is stunning. So make sure you get your glue right to the very edges and all the tips are stuck down, and you've got no white edges across the sides as well, remember, so it looks seamless. So just to bring it together and make it match, I'm just going to get some of the colour, and I'm just going to maybe pick up some of the, let's have a look at this green again, I think that's too much. Water it down. Just going to add some green into the recesses, just to bring it together a little bit more. Now you don't have to do this, but this is just me being, well, this is me just having fun, I guess. So I'm bringing it all together by just popping some of that lovely green and again, if I've missed any of those ugly white edges, hopefully doing this will catch them. Pop some under there, look. So even get the ink onto the card as well, because it brings it all together. I've got a little bit of a lift there, which will need sticking down. But anyway, so there we go. So just one last thing to tie it all together is we need some splats on here to match our splats on our background. So I'm just getting some of this ink. Get a bit of that yellow too, so it's all nice and matchy. So I'll just dry that one off. So just bear in mind when you are drying off, your image might lift a little bit. If it does, just go back in with your glue and stick it back down on any of the little areas that want to lift up. So we're getting there guys, just needs a little bit of patience. So I'll just set these aside. So whilst I'm just quickly drying that off, multitask, let's get our Eureka in play. And what we'll do is we will just grab the stamp, she says, and let's go for one of the lovely sentiments. Let's go for lovely friend. So hold your artwork in place. I like my words to be practically connected to the image. I don't like them like floating, but it's personal preference what you like as a crafter. There are no rules. So I'm just going to pop that there, make sure it's straight. That's fine. It would look lovely stamped out in maybe navy, a dark navy colour, but because the only ink pad I have to hand is black, I'm going to have to go with black. That doesn't look very straight to me. There we go. And then let's mount this onto our black card, black top folding note card. That one's blocked. Story of my life. What about this one? Get my glue right to the edge because it's watercolour card and it has cockled a little bit, which is fine. Just need to make sure you cover it well with its glue. And I have a black top folding note card here, cut to size. Whoops, nearly. Did you see that? Nearly left the overhang. So trim your overhang from your image because that will not make it look like it is a watercolour picture if you leave the overhang on there. There we go. give that a second to grab. So you can see how just using a few colours, do a little colour swatch, you can create your own realistic card. You would never know that you've just cut, in my opinion. I mean, some of you are probably sat at home going, you can tell, but in my humble opinion, I honestly think that you would never know that I have not painted that and give you, you know, hand painted that for you as a gift. There we go. So it's going to take a second or two to grab, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I will take a picture for Facebook, as you all know, and you can pop a comment and let me know. Obviously, I did do this technique before and you all absolutely loved it. So many of you tried this technique and so many of you had fabulous results. So I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to do again with the new colour range. I hope you have enjoyed it. I am super in love with these papers, I have to admit. I do love papers. There won't be many paper ranges from us here at Stamps by Me because it takes you a while to get through. The one you've just bought like 4 or 5 months ago, I bet most of you have got over half, or some of you have probably not even cut into them. So it won't be lots of papers, but I do love it when we do bring a lovely set of new papers. So whatever you're doing, stay safe, stay cosy. Don't forget to click the subscribe button over on YouTube, and I'll see you live on Create and Craft on Friday at 8 AM. Before you go though, here's some more inspiration. See you later everyone, bye.